seems like we are at a crossroad in Rivers State right now. Because on one hand, the governor is saying, I don't see, first of all, he said, his first statement after the whole meeting, you may, is that there's no price too high or too costly for him to pay for the peace of Rivers State. And now he's saying, on his Christmas Day message, I don't really see anything wrong in implementing those 8-point pact. Now, a lot of us who don't know Simlaye Fubara very well, we would think that probably he's just being a submissive. He's a political show, let me just use that word. But looking at his body language, there seemed to be someone who seemed to be just speaking or playing to the gallery for the sake of it. Otherwise, do you clearly see Sir Simlaye Fubara, the governor of Rivers, the executive governor of Rivers State, being an actual submissive to the point that knowing he has the constitutional power, knowing that he has all it takes to stand his ground and say no to whatever that was, knowing that he has the full backing of Rivers people, will go ahead to implement this, even though he has been told by lawyers it is not legal. And Rivers people, you saw the crowd of the young people who opposed it, who protested in front of the gate saying, you're not doing that. What do you think is playing out?
Thank you.
Is it the fear of the Supreme Court ruling?
Thank you very much. See, this matter has taken a lot of dimension. I am sure that when the matter started some time ago, many of us never thought that it was going to take this kind of dimension that we are witnessing right now. In my own candid opinion, if I'm to talk about the letter written by the elders, I think first of all, I have to recriminate the elders, so-called. In my place where I come from, they said that elders cannot be at home and a goat on teethers give birth. An elder cannot be in a house and a goat that is tied with a rope to a tree is struggling to give birth. The elders were in Rivers State when this particular matter snowballed into what it is at this point in time. Whether they were afraid to talk, I don't know. Until Chief E.K. Clark from Delta State had to first of all speak on the crisis. And people like Asari Dokubo had to speak on the crisis. The Rivers elders were nowhere to be found or seen. A group of elders went and visited Nyesom Wike, the minister in Abuja, and came back with what they discussed with him. Then these elders that are coming up, the Nasset elders that we have right now, I don't know if they traveled out of Rivers State before, or they were bedridden, that they could not rise up to the occasion as at that time and speak on this issue. One of the signatories to this particular letter today confirmed and confessed that he was one of those who called on the President Tinubu to intervene in this crisis, using the word father of the nation. That is the word he used. I will not call his name, but his name is already in print. Even the letter that he wrote, he confirmed it, that they called on the President to intervene in this matter. When the President now intervened, the President has to treat it the way he likes, or the way he deemed fit, and you now come back and you start complaining. Chinua Achebe said in his book Things Fall Apart or so, that where two brothers are at war with each other, if they are not very careful, a stranger will come into their midst and take over their place and their fatherland or their houses. I think that is what is almost playing out in Rivers State today. Now, they have the right to say that the president does not have the constitutional right. Of course, we know that the president may not have the constitutional rights, but there is nowhere also in the constitution that says the president cannot intervene in a matter of this magnitude, etc., as the case may be.
But Asimu,
Yes.
there is a clear difference between intervention and interference.
Yes.
One of the words used in some of the letters and the conversation that's been playing out is, we asked President Tinubu to intervene, mediate.
Yes.
He has interfered. Knowing what the Constitution said about the ongoing imbroglio between the governor and his predecessor and the assembly members, having people, he knows, he's been a lawmaker. He used to be Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Knowing fully well what the Constitution is, being the grand norm, and going against it to give directives that are anti the grand norm being the Constitution. Can you call that intervention still in reference to what one of the elders or some of them did? Requested for?
Okay, will you not call what you have asked me according to the elders? Different between intervention and interference. We brought the matter to him to intervene, but he has made his own resolution, or maybe intervened or mediated, and we are not happy about it. Is that not a fallacy of equivocation? The question I'm asking the elders, when you knew, did you not know that this man does not have the powers under our constitution before you took this, or you called on him to whether intervene or interfere, or to even bring the matter before him to mediate? We have chartered mediators and arbitrators all over Nigeria. Their duty is to mediate to matters of this nature, maybe call the parties and resolve issues between them as the case may be. Why did the elders not call on the PDP? That is, they look at the minister of PDP, the governor is PDP, all the members of the House of Assembly are all members of the PDP. Why the elders that are even talking, 90% of them are PDP members. Why did they not call on the party hierarchy as it has been before, that they have to intervene? I remember in those days when Obasanjo was in power, that is where the acronym or whatever they call it, that the aphorism, family affair, came into our political lexicon in Nigeria. That is, when you have issues of this nature, the party will immediately set up a committee that will urgently go there, go into the matter, delve into it, try and mediate and do arbitration, and where any of them does not confirm what has been said by the party, they fine him or they ostracize him as the case may be. Why this lacuna was created? The elders felt that a man whom is the president is in the best position to resolve this matter. For me, that was even the foundational mistake. Why would the others beckon on the president? Are they not aware of the antecedent and the pedigree between the president and Yesowike in Abuja, that they are very close? That the president openly told the world that Yesowike is not just his advisor and a minister in his cabinet, but is confidante. Are the others not aware? Or was it, am I the only one that heard the president use such words to describe Yesowike, that you now know that if you take a matter that involves Wike before the president, that the president he must be biased? If that is the way you look at it, that is the way I see it. So, but when you know that these conditions precedent were prevailing, you still went ahead to call on that same man, to say, go help us solve this problem. But in fact, and you are finally saying he does not have the powers in the constitution